Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay here from dirtfarmerjay.com. The modern dishwasher is now a need, not a convenience. Most homes have them. And while it's washing the dishes, it can get really stinky. What gives? I'm going to show you the common causes and solutions for getting rid of that dishwasher stankiness. Hey, Dirt Farmer Jay from dirtfarmerjay.com. This dishwasher is a hard worker in our home and it does a great job, but if it's not maintained on a regular basis, it's going to stink, and so will yours. Now, where does this stink come from? You would think, hey, it's washing everything, it's getting rid of it, but there's some common causes that are problems that can occur no matter what kind of dishwasher you have, and then there's a few practices to keep it fresh smelling ongoing that I'll show you. Well, let's talk about where the stank comes from. Dishwashers work by using enzyme-based detergents that break down food particles, grease, all that sort of thing. And it's drained away, or if there's particles, it goes through a grinder, a filter to stop it from clogging up the plumbing, and then is washed away. But if the filter, that's cause number one, is not cleaned on a regular basis, you can get a whole area of biological film that'll start to literally rot and give you that stinky odor. Now, the interior of this dishwasher, we just ran a load in the last 24 hours. It looks pristine, it looks beautiful, but it's a little odoriferous because I have not cleaned the filter. Now I'm going to show you how to clean out the filter. You can see the inside of the dishwasher is clean. Pretty much we've run something here. However, look at the bottom right here. As we turn around the spray arm, here we have the main filter before it goes out to the discharge hose. And I'm going to go ahead and rotate this. There's some arrows here to tell you how to install it. But to loosen it, we're going to turn it the other way. And I'm going to pull that out. And when I do, couple things happen. Number one, there is junk all on the bottom, and this is only about a month's worth, and if I smell it, it does not smell good. So that becomes a source of problem here. So this needs to be brushed out in hot soapy water. We're going to get that all removed, and then we're going to wipe this all out right here and then reinstall it. And we have eliminated one of the areas of stink just through regular maintenance. And while it's taken me a while to show you this on screen, this is a 3 to 5 minute process, well worth the effort to give you a stankless dishwasher. All right, so we've now used a brush, small cleaning brush. We're going to put that back together. We'll go ahead and raise this, slide this back in place, drop that down using the arrows, tighten it back up. That took about 3 minutes. Do that once a month and you'll be a happy camper. Problem area number two, there is a low area at the bottom of the dishwasher called a sump where it collects all the water that's draining, and as the unit's operating, it's going to that area. Well, not all of that drains off, and over a period of time, gunk can form in the bottom there, and that can become another pool of active biological activity, let's say, and you can get that stinkiness. So area number two is to clean out the bottom down around where you'll see all of the innards of the working parts of the dishwasher. Area number three, the interior itself may get a film of oily or biological or soap scum if you're using too much soap, not enough rinse aids, that sort of thing. And while it's doing the job of cleaning your dishes, it can't get rid of all of the things it's cleaning off. It gets deposited on the surfaces, and you start to get this odor that emanates in there. So to clean the inside surfaces, there's several approaches you can take. One is to use common citric acid and either put it in the floor down here and run a hot cycle, or in the dispenser itself, and let the citric acid cut all of that, rinse it away, and freshen it. Or you can actually put a couple of tablespoons of lemon juice directly in the dispenser, run that, and again, another form of citric acid to wash all the inside of this. You can also use a commercial or readily available consumer product that is for cleaning dishwashers. And so there's many different brands. This is a common one right here. It does a great job of cleaning the inside. Another common household product you can use is white vinegar, either in the dispenser cup down here, or put in a bowl on the top, or poured in the sump, and then again run so that all of that, which acetic acid is vinegar, that acid can cut some of that scum and clean the inside and deodorize it. So those are some common approaches to get the interior all clean. Something to help it all along is to use the right rinse aid that helps the water be wetter, so to speak, and to sheet off correctly. This has a dual benefit for you. One, it's going to clean the interior much nicer than without the rinse aid. The other benefit is the dishes themselves, the flatware, glassware, is all going to be less spotted with water spotting or calcium because it's going to sheet off. And the benefit not only is here, but as we just mentioned, the inside surface. So if you're cleaning the inside here, you've attacked one of the main areas that stankiness can occur. Now, where else can this happen? Let's move from the inside of the dishwasher to the way it's connected to your plumbing system. So when water and all of the food particles and the detergent and all that are discharged out of this, it's going to go into generally your waste disposal or the plumbing that's under an adjacent sink. Now, if you don't have one of these two devices, an air gap or a high loop, you're probably going to have a problem. Let me explain each one. Here you can see what's called an air gap. This usually sits on the deck of your sink, and this provides an area for air to be introduced into the drain line so it does not suck back wastewater into the interior of the dishwasher. So this breaks, that's what's called an air gap. It breaks the suction by putting a bubble of air, so to speak, and keeping wastewater out and keeping this evacuated. If that air gap is gummed up, is not operating, you can take them apart and just scrub them out and clean them. If that's not operating correctly, that may be a part of your ongoing problem. If you don't have an air gap, what you will have then is called, or should have, is a high loop. At the back of the dishwasher and the discharge hose area, it's going to climb up into a high area as it goes into the other area, come back down, creating a loop like this where water drains. Once it's discharged, it can't make its way back over into the dishwasher where you have stinky backwash. So that is two areas you got to check to make sure that's operating correctly. If you don't have the high loop, you need to put one in and make sure it's climbing out, the water's climbing out over the little hill and then dumping in to the waste disposal system. Okay, you've done everything we've talked about up to this point. You've got your nice, fresh smelling dishwasher back. How do you keep it that way? Well, a couple things. One, just make it a monthly routine to take out the bottom rack and clean out that filter at the bottom. Make sure the grease trap area, all of that pump area is just cleaned out using a soapy solution, getting that done. Do that on a monthly basis. Number two, use better products, the right products. I use the pods, and the reason I do, they have a combination of several products in there. Enzymes that break down food particles, that's what enzymes are for. They attack the proteins and so forth that are in things like dried eggs or meat particles or a little bit of grease. There's grease cutters as well and all that. There are rinse aids in that. So I would use the pods and use a good reputable one. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, but they do a lot more work. The other thing to do is not leave dirty dishes that have not been rinsed in here. You don't need to fully wash your dishes. You have a dishwasher that does that. But don't put things that are going to sit there for days. That invites drippage, all of that mold formation, and just a lot of stankiness. So wash things on a regular basis to keep it fresh. So good practice is to rinse the dishes before you put them in there. You don't have to do full cleaning, but get the majority of food particles off. Secondly, use hot water. So I run hot water in the sink adjacent to make sure the hot water is reached before I start the dishwasher. So immediately the water that's coming in is hot because these enzymes and all of the food particles soften a lot better and work a lot better with hot water. So make sure you have hot water. Use the rinse aid that we talked about earlier. That makes the water wetter, helps it to do a job better and sheet off of things so it's cleaner. And here's a quick tip. When the dishwasher ends its cycle and it's now after it's said it's shut down and is drying, then simply take the door, pull out the top rack a little bit like that and set this like this and let it finish drying the entire inside so that you don't end up with that moist, warm environment that stankiness likes to form in. So just let that be a habit for you. As a courtesy to you, we've listed out all the things I've told you in the description below so you can check out the particular procedures in using these different products. Another area is the garbage disposal or the waste disposal system that these are usually plumbed to can end up being stinky. Well, here's a video that we showed you how to deodorize the garbage disposal. Check it out. We know you'll like what you see. Until the next time, this is Dirt Farmer Jay from dirtfarmerjay.com.